Welcome to another session of business communication. In this session, we will be studying the business letters, physical appearance and layout of business letter. So, first let's see what is physical appearance of business letter. A letter is most likely to be read, particularly by a business person, if it attracts favorable attention. It is therefore important that great care is taken over the general appearance of each and every business letter, as any which are badly presented or which create an unfavorable impression might not receive the reader's full attention or might not even be read at all. A considerable amount of time and work and expense goes into each business letter produced, and the cost of posting business letters, especially by airmail or faxing them, is not inconsiderable. All that effort and expenditure will be wasted if a letter is not read by the addressee. So these are the 7 points of which make the physical appearance of a business letter very good. They are the paper, size, envelope, letterhead, typing, margins and folding of a typed letter. Let's see more regarding paper and size. Regarding paper, letters should normally be typed on good bond paper. Bond paper has a fine texture and is sturdy enough. Letters typed on bond paper look graceful. Ink marks also do not leave any blotches. Regarding the size, the standard sheets measuring of A4 size is preferred. This size is accepted because it is reasonably large and its dimensions are quite proportionate. It fits in standard file drawers and does not look cheap. Envelopes. Envelopes can be made of matching material. The envelope is seen by the receiver even before the letter is read. In all probability, the appearance of the envelope will determine the fate of the letter. So envelopes must be impressive. The color of the business letter envelope should be decent with generally white or brown color. Letterhead. The letterhead should contain the firm's name, address and should indicate the nature of the business. Unless the name explains the business, the telephone numbers, cable address, branch addresses may be included in the letterhead, but in no case any highly tinted or ornate advertising material should be included in the letterhead. Regarding typing, business letters should be typed in duplicate. At least one copy is meant for office record. The number of copies depends on the requirement of the firm. The letter should be typed neat and clean. The black typewriter ribbon is regarded as the best color for ink. The use of eraser should be avoided because it causes finger marks, smudges or blots on the paper. Nowadays, as the computers are used, the typewriters are out of date. Regarding margins, the margins should be planned properly. If the letter is long, 2 sheets should be used instead of crowding the whole matter on a 1 sheet. The body of the letter should start 2 spaces below the salutation and end 2 spaces above the complimentary closing. The margins of the left hand and the right hand of the sheet should be almost of equal width, although the former can be little wide. Folding of the typewriter. Folding causes creases. A double crease, poorly defined crease or crease at the wrong place spoils the elegant look of the suit. In the same way, if the right letter is not folded properly, it will spoil the look of the letter. Now let's see the layout of business letter and what are the points included in layout of business letter. First, the heading. The heading, which is also known as head address or letterhead, contains information relating to the name of the organization and its address. It is usually given at the top center or type right side of the paper. Following informations are provided in the heading: the firm's name, address, trademark, telephone number, telex number, email address, etc. Reference number. The number which the receiver refers in all future correspondence is called reference number. It is usually printed below the date line or on the same line where the date is written to the right margin. The purpose of reference number is to enable replies to be linked with previous correspondence and to send replies to these letters to the properly official or department. Date. The date consists of day, month and year. The date finds its place either at the starting of left margin or at the closing of the right margin as the style adopted. Date enables quick references in future and helps in proper action and orderly filing. Inside address. The inside address contains the name and address of the organization or the individual to whom the letter is written. It is written below the reference type starting from the left margin. The inside address makes a record of the copy which helps in identification for filing purpose. Attention line. It is placed below the attention type and above the salutations and is underlined. It indicates the name of those for whom the letter is meant. Reference line. It is placed below the attention line. It is written to give the reference on the basis of which the letter is being written. Previous letter numbers and dates, newspapers, etc. are the examples of the same. Subject line. Subject line tells what the correspondence is about. It is placed just above the salutation line. It usually begins at the left margin and may also begin from the center. It may contain, apart from subject, any specific identification material such as date of previous letter, invoice number, etc. Salutation. Salutation is the complimentary greeting to the addressee. It is the complimentary greeting with which the writer begins his letter. It is written below the inside address or attention line, leaving some space. It starts from the left side margin. It may or may not end with comma, depending upon the style of the letter. For example, Dear Sir, Dear Madam, Dear Mesdames, etc. Body of the letter. It is that part of letter which contains the message to be converged. It is the most important part of letter and usually consists of 3 to 4 paragraphs. The first paragraph is the opening paragraph, which begins the letters and builds up a relationship with the reader. The second paragraph contains the proper subject matter. It is the main paragraph of the letter. And the third paragraph is the closing paragraph, which brings the letter to an end. It must be natural and logical, must be final and complete. Closing with an important statement, a question, an offer or a request leaves the door open for the further communication. Complimentary close. It is also known as subscription. It is merely a polite way of ending a letter. It is written below the last paragraph of the body of the letter, either at the left side or at the right side, depending on the style of letter. The subscription should be corresponding to the salutation. Example, yours faithfully, yours truly, yours sincerely, etc. Signature. Signature is the assent of the writer to the subject matter of the letter and is practically necessary. It is usually handwritten and contains the writer's name, status, department, firm. Signature is put just below the complimentary close. Enclosures. Sometimes some documents like price list, catalog, etc. are attached with the letter. Enclosure mentions the documents which are enclosed or attached with the letter. The enclosures usually find their place at the bottom left margin. Postscript. It is commonly known as is something written after the letter is closed. It is usually done when the writer forgets to put in some information or message in the main part. It should be very precise and to the point. CC or carbon copy notations. When copies of the letter are meant to be sent to more than one person, it is mentioned under CC or carbon copy notation. Reference initial. When typed initials are put, it refers to reference initials. These are useful for office checking. They are typed adjacent to the left margin. Now let's see the types of layouts. There are 5 types of layouts: indented form, full block form, modified block form, semi-block form, and hanging indentation form. Indented form is the most old-fashioned form. It is hardly used today. This form has the inside address in indented style and the beginning of each paragraph is identified. It is indented 5 spaces from the margin. The indentation causes the letter to have uneven appearance at the left margin and it is not very pleasing. It takes more time to type because of the indenting. Full block form. It is the most modern and is used by many firms. In this style, there is no indentation from the margin at all. Even the date and the complimentary close begin at the left margin. The salutation and complimentary close do not have a comma. Modified block form. It follows a middle way. The 8 and complimentary close remains at the right in the usual position. The inside address is the block form. All the paragraphs begin from the margin separated from one another by double spacing. This is the most popular form. So in today's session, we have discussed the physical appearance, layout and types of forms of layout of business letter. In next session, we shall go further. Till then, thank you.